Last week, we got some new details on the Division 2 DLC coming later this year. Yes, it was confirmed by the devs that the Division 2 DLC will launch this year, but in year 7 of the game cycle. So currently we are in year 6, and that will end with this upcoming season. And then approximately after that is when we should see the next DLC. So anywhere from probably April to late December. There's still a lot unknown, but the area that I'm currently at right now, you can see, is Brooklyn. And many of you guys might have forgot that this was the first area that you first come into in the Division 1. Now, many of you may ask, why are you even in this area, Skills? This is the Division 1. Well, if you've seen the newest artwork that was released for the newest Division 2 DLC, which we now know the name is going to be Battle for Brooklyn, you might notice that bridge was the exact bridge we had behind me a second ago when we first loaded this video in. It is the very first bridge you see when you make a new character in the Division 1. And when you check out the area isn't that big. We'll probably go around this whole map and kind of show you, right here in front of me, this is actually where our first mission we ever do in the Division 1, where we have to take over this police station. And then obviously that transitions us into the rest of the world of the Division 1. And in front of us, you'll probably notice that this is where in a trailer they show this as an underground. You do this as a side mission in the main game. Now, there's a lot of things that they can add, and even areas that are closed off, you can see that they had built up buildings behind there. So I could definitely see everything that we currently are seeing right here in the Division 2 DLC. Now, obviously, I would hope they would expand on this, and this just wouldn't be the area that we get. It does make sense because there was a smaller team working on this DLC for a while. We know it's been almost 18 months since we've heard about the DLC. And if you guys remember correctly, this was supposed to come out last summer. And if it does launch when I'm expecting it to this summer, that will be a full 1 year delay. Hopefully they're able to create something special that we remember. But again, if you look, the map isn't that big. I just pulled it up and you can see I couldn't go any further to my right because there were buses blocking, and that's typically what you'll see as we circle the map. Now, there are a lot of buildings in here, so we could definitely see some missions inside of these buildings, but I would expect them to expand on this. Reusing this assets probably is a no-brainer for any dev team, especially a smaller dev team. And hopefully, when we do receive the Division 2 DLC, it's worth the wait. That's all I really hope for, because at the end of the day, we've been waiting for quite some time. And I have to know in the comments, what are your thoughts about the Division 2 DLC, and if this is part of the area that we will be back in. It's always fun to revisit memories. Will it be the same? Well, we know it's not going to have snow because, yes, it is going to be in the fall. And we know that because of the artwork that we saw. The trees now have a yellowish orange color to them. Obviously, you guys know, meaning that they are in fall. The Division 2 was set in the summertime. But now, as time has progressed, it looks like finally we're moving ahead in the story. Now, I want to ask you guys, if you had one thing to really ask for from this DLC, what would you like to see in it? I mean, I think it's a little too late for them to add things to it, but if you had one thing that you would love to see in the Division 2 DLC, what would it be? Like, whether it's a new gear set, a particular gear set, particular weapon, maybe a game mode you wish they would have added. What would you have liked to see come out in the Division 2 DLC? And hopefully maybe some of those predictions are actually realistic. But we'll see, because we still have some time until the Division 2 DLC comes out. We have Season 3 launching on February 25th. Now, there is a manhunt where we will be going and looking for Kelso. There will be a new global modifier, a new enemy global modifier, 3 new active modifiers, and 12 new passive modifiers for you to try out. Also, there's one new gear set, 1 new brand set, 3 new exotics, 2 named weapons, and obviously 2 named items. So that's mainly what's happening in Season 3. Nothing brand new, same missions, just some new gear for you to try and use. The main content will come during the Division 2 DLC, which is why I'm more excited for that than I am for this upcoming season, because I've played these missions hundreds and hundreds of times. So I'm looking for something new, and I believe that's what the Division 2 DLC Battle for Brooklyn will do for me. So I have to know in the comments, are you guys excited for the newest Division 2 DLC Battle for Brooklyn, and will you guys be playing it? Well, I'm gonna wrap this one up here, guys. Appreciate the support, appreciate the love. Just walking around Brooklyn for this video has brought back so many memories of a game that I have grown to love over the years. Man, Division 1 will always have that place in my heart. Well, I'm gonna wrap this one up before I get a little sentimental with you guys. Hey, appreciate you guys. Nothing But Skills is out.